Hello, people. We are back. Feels Good FC. How we doing? Steve Pontecorvo here. TNV. I'm with Jumpy, the Exchange.
What's good, baby?
Happy New Year, man. Happy 2026. How you feeling, man? Long week, right? Rough week getting back into things.
Dude, I purposely took off from work on Monday because I'm like, there's absolutely no way that the world thinks I'm going to function after being off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Took the day off. Got to go see Michael Bradley introduction at Sports Illustrated, and now I'm here with you. Let's get this party started.
They're here with the guy deep in New Jersey. Wish I could have been there with you boys. Introducing Michael Bradley. It's a big day for New York Red Bulls fans. It's a new phase for this club, Red Bull New York. I mean, I'm not going to be saying that much. I'm still going to be calling them New York Red Bulls.
They dropped the ball yesterday. They said New York Red Bulls. Zach was like,
yeah, it's going to be.
It's kind of like people calling it RBA, right? Everybody's still calling it RBA.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as switching the stadium name. No one's really, I mean, you'll hear it every now and again, but it's still going to be New York Red Bulls. We'll see if they change that on the back of their jersey because they have it on the back, but we'll get into that later. Those little details, I mean, not that it really matters. It's the same club, but we have a new head coach, Michael Bradley, introduced here with Julian de Guzman.
Official now.
Official now. You go check it out on YouTube, watch a press conference. Look out for Jumpy's question. I don't know if you want to get into that. You asked about the goalie situation.
I asked two questions. I asked one to each of them. My first question was to Michael Bradley, and it was, what kind of a mindset, or how are you going to set the fans at ease somewhat of you taking a team, keeping a team afloat that won the championship, to now getting a team which are made of professionals and older people that didn't make the playoffs. And then I asked Julian de Guzman about the goalie situation. Because I thought, just like we said off camera, that when they signed AJ and they signed Stokes, that was going to be the play. But according to his answer, they're still looking for a goalie.
Okay, interesting. And you know what the first person that comes to my, head is, right? Gulacsi?
Yeah, Gulacsi. And you know what's funny? I think I told you this. I may have mentioned it on the show. Me and Mo were at their hotel 2 seasons ago, and Gulacsi was like, I might come to the Red Bull in a couple of years. And that's
he mentioned that. Yeah,
hearing that, but I don't know, man. We kept hearing Gulacsi. Even like when I left, I was talking to Luca, Red Bull Experience, and we were shooting the shit, and he was like, dude, I thought it was going to be like Gulacsi. I'm like, I wish it was Kerpo. But Orlando just scooped him up. Dude, to think Carlos, what he did, right? Left, he said he was going to Orlando and he ends up in Brazil. He just like ghosts him. That's so grimy.
Yeah? Are you thinking a little bit less now of Carlos there?
I still love Carlos.
Okay. For us,
I'd love to see him in the MLS still.
For us, we didn't really lose because we lost him as a free agent. So we try to make the signing. I think, right? They actually try to work out a contract. So I think he's probably got a better situation down there in Brazil. And that's a very competitive league too.
I think he's doing that because he might be worried about not being on the team for national team. That's a good
point. That's a good point. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, mentioning the goalie situation, which is very interesting because I thought AJ was going to take that starting role too. I mean, he had a little run in this past season when Carlos went out injured. AJ really, commanded the net. He had a few good games. Unfortunate game against Union in the Open Cup where he got hurt and we dropped that result. But we were kind of thinking he was going to take the next step. So very interesting to see where Julian's head's at with that goalie situation. Where is he going to go with? Is he going to trust somebody that young? Or, I mean, we also have McCarthy's too. So if you're thinking about adding a third guy to that, so someone's going to be on the out. And then you have Aiden Stokes too. So now you got, I'm thinking 4 goalies?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't be too surprised if we just go with what we have.
Yeah. I think that there has to be you have to get a vet, somebody who's done this before, and I'm going to tell you why. Right now, I think this is the year where it's like they have to win because you got guys at the end, right? Maybe one more year on certain guys' contracts. The guys that you brought in to do what they had to do have been doing it, but they didn't make the playoffs after making the final. So this is a very telling year, but I think that you have to have a veteran goalie, to be that part over there because the back is still an issue, right? So that's going to be a very important piece of this puzzle. So we'll see.
Yeah, and we're diving right into this. I mean, I love Jumpy getting those questions right even to Michael Bradley. Like, you came from a winning team. Now you're on a team that, that sucked, kind of last year that we it went below expectations. It was my biggest surprise of the year that we missed out when you can, make there's fucking 9 spots and we didn't snake in there. I mean, we've had worse teams do it. So, I mean, that was good. I liked his answer, and I hope. What'd you think of his answer?
So I think the both of them. I think Julian and Michael are both saying the right things right now. I really do. They're both saying things that everybody should want to hear. Like Julian sounds like he's really in this to win. And he said something yesterday that stuck with me a little bit. He's like, I need to go back to my family. And I need to make sure that they know all the nights that I'm not home and all the time that I've taken away for them for this job. It's all worth it at the end. So they're like a part of the team too, because they're taking away their dad and their husband. And, so when he said that, I'm like, yeah, he's in this to win. The same with Michael Bradley. I think Mike really wants to win this. He's saying that he's going to give it his all. I worry that the Red Bull, and it was also a thing that I thought of before, was I always worried that the Red Bull were a yes man group. So they needed a guy that was a yes man. Just like Sandro, like he couldn't answer certain questions about transfers. He wouldn't talk about certain things. I don't know that that's going to be the case now. I think that Julian and Michael aren't going to be that guy. I think they're going to be transparent with us. And I'm excited, man. I literally left there yesterday like, dude, this is going to be dope.
I hope so too, and they're going to be more available, which is what fans want, right?
Yeah.
We just want to hear from them, get some, answers, or at least give us some, information about what we're asking,
Yeah.
It's important to do that and build that connection, because when you have that, it makes fans at least feel a little bit more at ease of what's going on and the direction we're trying to take this. I mean, we kind of see Julian's taking it serious. Like you said, he got rid of a few players. We can get into it. Hack out the door, Peter Stroud out the door. But Hack's the big one because that was Sandro's guy, and that was a big signing at the time last season. I think it was around this time. So Hack just 1 year at Red Bull New York, didn't really do too much. I think his lost his starting role to Tim Parker, who Julian re-signed. So I like that re-sign.
He's the last of the Mohegans.
Yeah, he is one of the last guys. But it is important to have that. He's from that 2018 team, so he knows what it takes. Right? And he's another guy who kind of knows the style of football it is up here in the Northeast. He takes no shit, takes no prisoners. Like, he gives it his all. Like, you'll go to war for Tim Parker. You know what I mean? You'll run for him. The same way I'm hoping for Michael Bradley. Michael Bradley is a little bit more candid. He speaks from the heart. And that means a lot, and I think that'll resonate a lot with the fans. He knows the history of the club, and I think that is the biggest thing that I think Sandro low-key was missing. I know not many people think about it, but to know like what you're getting into and what the history of the club, it's just good because it's building that connection. The fans know that what you're in, like what type of job you're in. We don't want to just make playoffs. We want to make playoffs and go for the
win. Yeah. Dude, imagine they won the Supporter Shield, the people will lose their minds.
Yeah, I know. But it's funny now because I don't even think as New York Red Bull or Red Bull New York fans, if we don't win the Supporter Shield for put it this way. If we don't win a Supporter Shield in the next 10 years, I'll be fine with that as long as we win one cup. That's it. Once. Yeah. One cup. And that's all they have to do because they've already done the Shield thing, technically. City's got to get to 3. You got to win the league 3 times, or at least once.
They won it. They won. And the City won.
Yeah, but they won exactly. They won a cup, but they had never won the league, and that will be the only Red Bull's way. So they got to win a cup. So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather win the cup and not win the league in the next 10 years. That might be a stretch, but I think a lot of Red Bulls fans would take that too. If I told you would win one MLS Cup, I don't know.
I don't know, man. The fans want it, so let's see. And it seems like Julian and Bradley want it.
Yeah, they do. But we can get into there's a lot of positives here. I mean, it kind of fills everything we were talking about, the role, because I was saying I wanted like kind of a local guy who understands, played around here. He's from Princeton. He's played on USA Soccer. He understands the grassroots of USA Soccer. I think that's big for us as well, being able to connect with a coach that has a similar background to us. And, he's He's one of us in the Metro Stars. He played for the club at one point. These are all boxes that I'm like, okay, tick, tick, tick. But the only thing is that he just doesn't have the experience, and I'm just worried for when chaos does happen, because it's gonna happen, and it inevitably does. What's his reaction gonna be? Are the fans gonna turn on him? What do you think could happen?
Okay, so I think that we have to see how this plays out. The guy won, right? So like people have to be patient and they have to take it into consideration. But we also got to remember that like Michael Bradley and his dad, they're great soccer minds. The dad is a great soccer mind.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not gonna say that apple falls too far from the tree, but like we have to respect the fact that they've been around the game for forever. But most importantly, they've been around the MLS. Mike's been in the MLS for a while. He went to Toronto. And,
That's another box ticks there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of things that I feel going his way, or it could be a situation like you see what happened to Wilfred Nancy. He was a G in the MLS. He went out to sell
MLS. That's what I'm saying, and that's why it's probably a good platform for Michael Bradley to showcase that if he has these coaching skills, this would be a great opportunity.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
And I know. I can't believe Wilfred Nancy sacked at Celtic.
30 days.
It's kind of going around the sacking of coaches and stuff. Did I see Chelsea just hire Frank Lampard again?
No. They hired some guy that I've never heard of in my life.
Wow. So it's that time of year, hirings and firings, and yeah, Michael Bradley being a big one for us. I really hope he can impress, but I'm a little worried tactically too that when he comes up against some of the more tactical coaches, that he can still kind of battle with them, given the pieces that he has.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of the pieces that he has, where are other pieces that you want to see them fill?
Well, we're gonna have to get a right back because Kyle Duncan is out.
Yeah,
and it looks like Morales could be heading back to Chile.
Yeah.
Rumors coming in that he wants to possibly get a loan back to his squad back in Chile. I don't know the exact name of it. Something with a U. But yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to... Julian's got a lot of work ahead of him. We're going to have to sign defenders, really. We got Noah. We got Justin Che back there. We got Tim Parker. We got Curtis. So I don't know. No, they let go of Curtis. It's going to be a young team.
So that's another thing that they mentioned a lot, too. That they're young. But the two guys up top are like old as shit, but they killed it.
It's too top heavy. Yeah, it's still...
And they never really filled the position for... what's his name? Come on, Amaya.
Yeah, you got Gustav Bregman, and obviously we let go of Lewis Morgan too.
Yeah, bro.
It definitely feels like a lot of people have left so far. Even though we added Cade, even though we added two guys, I think, but it's like just like for like because we're just getting rid of everybody. It feels like, and the last person we haven't got rid of, which Julian will be praised, is Wiki Carmona. Let go of Hack after 1 year. That was Sandro's guy. Full swing Sandro's signing. So getting rid of him, Peter Stroud, and Sean Nealis really shows that they're kind of moving on from this group. You know what I mean? It's slowly trickling out. There's only a few guys left from that 2024 team that made the Cup final, right?
Yeah. Dude, I think I said it last week. What is it going to be like when Lewis Morgan sees Reyes in San Diego? By the way, Lewis Morgan left me on red for the past few weeks. I tried to get him on. He wasn't having it. He talked to me and he was like, thanks for supporting me. We'll see each other around. And I'm like, bro, you got to
come hi to everybody. I guess you're part of just the Red Bull now. He's like, oh, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck Junkie. He was like, don't worry, I'll see you around. And I'm like, yeah, actually you will. Because I don't know if you know, but you're on the schedule to come here.
San Diego is?
San Diego comes here this year. Let's go is right. So I was like, yeah, we are going to see each other.
We're going to still lose that game.
No, we don't know that. We don't know that.
They got a good team between Dreyer and Lewis Morgan if he's healthy.
Yeah. But he brought up a good point yesterday at the press conference also, Julian. He was like, the move wasn't strictly for the Red Bull. It was a move more for Lewis, too. He needed a change of scenery. Something needed to give for him, And this kind of worked out.
Yeah. I mean, I do remember him scoring that goal like this. You know what? And it just sucks because he's just going to be known as that, too, because of this moment I'm going to bring up. When he scored that goal in the playoffs against Cincinnati at home. the game that like nobody was fucking at, that playoff game. I think it was 2022, and he got hurt in the celebration.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So between that and then just these past seasons, it's like, all right, it's been a while. He has been on the team for about like 4 years. You're right. I guess it was just time.
There's a couple guys I wish didn't go. He was one of them.
Yeah, I know. It sucks because you like some of these players, you want to hang on to everybody, but it's the nature of the game now in MLS. I mean, everybody. There's very little guys who stay on one club for their whole career, especially in MLS, becoming more of a player in the transfer window. It's a good and bad thing. This is the problem with being feeder league, a feeder club, and hopefully we can get over that hump eventually. But it takes up loosening the rules a little bit so the spending can be more freely. And next
That's
year,
what they need to do,
well,
man.
next year, listen, it's a process. We all have to respect the process. And as much as I hate this shit, we got to be patient too. So we got to wait until we get the transfer windows aligned, right? I think even just doing that will give clubs more incentive and more maybe respect and willingness to come to the table and be like, all right, let's see. This works for me a little bit better now on my end because now I'm ready for it. Instead of like, theoretically I like doing this, but I can't do it because I'm in the middle of my season right now. So, and that's still the problem with the goalie situation. If you want to bring in Galachi, like, I don't know if he's still playing right now, but whenever their season ends, I don't know if he'll still be playing or what. So it might be another year waiting, right? It's possible.
I guess.
But on the other side of the river in New York City, we take the ferry. It's been a icy and a cold one. I don't see many signings coming to city, but
There's little rumors floating around. Oh, Casemiro. Casemiro would be a big name, man, to bring to New York. I saw somewhere that it was like a conversation that there is options for the MLS. And the two teams that I did see were the Galaxy and NYCFC. I would love if he was on the Red Bull because there's such a big Brazilian community that it would be sick. But that's not going to happen. But we'll see. That's another team that got hit with the injury bug. They lost their best player that ended up being terrible, but then he just got re-hurt again. So he's out again for this year.
I know. It's an interesting thing, even in for the City Football Group. You'd think they'd be eyeing some big players, given that they have some money and they actually have the room as well to sign another DP.
They tried for Bendeke and they turned it down.
Interesting. I also think once they build that, I know we keep like beating this to the ground, but once they build that stadium, I think it'll become more of a destination. You want a proper training ground, you want all that good stuff, and the stadium goes a long way as well to attract at least, a player or two that maybe normally wouldn't want to come. I just think City got to be a little bit more aggressive the same way Red Bull's got to be aggressive. It's just City this year or this past season did more with what they had than Red Bull did, and Red Bull's heads were a little inflated coming off of last season, rightfully so. I mean, they made it to the final. So clearly they were not that great, and City getting the revenge, they did better, but they still haven't really reinforced their squad, which is kind of a shame because of how well they did, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is what I'm alluding to as well. So I don't think maybe is the baseball. I don't want to keep making the baseball thing. Even still, you can see the jersey. Like, I get it, but like I can come to my senses and be New York City FC should be a destination for a lot of players. Are players still eyeing that, or is that management? I mean, I know they just brought somebody else in as general manager and sporting director too. So are they just looking in different directions, of just signing MLS guys, or
I hope, for the sake of everybody, every team, I want every team to get guys from places other than here. Because there's only a handful of guys, but also if you start taking guys from other teams, it just does what everybody else is, whatever, blah, 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 what's happening with every other team. Like, it starts to become lopsided, So, like, I think that you need to go elsewhere and start bringing in guys.
I know. Like, unfortunately, like Inter Miami have done, LAFC have done it. These are becoming big destinations, and you know what? And when MLS grows into the MLS 3.0 or whatever you want to fucking call this, when we change the calendar, it's like there's gonna be, right, teams that eventually get away from the pack. And there's going to be smaller clubs, smaller spending clubs. Doesn't mean you're always winning, but a destination too. And you would think New York would be a destination. I would definitely put assets in the seats. So we'll see what they do. I mean, I'm sure they're looking forward to their stadium deal.
Dude, I'm looking forward to the stadium. And then they're going to put the casino across the street. Dude, that part of Queens is going to be sick. It's either going to be sick or it's going to turn into Gotham City. Either one, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, it's good that they changed the schedule actually for New York City FC's sake. Because think about it, if you're playing in the middle of the summer, right? The only other sport going on is baseball.
Yeah.
So low key, that would have been a fucking mess. Which I think the seasons will still overlap, but still. Having a Mets game and a New York City FC game going on at the same time or at the same day potentially. I don't know how that's going to affect travel, but it could be, like you said. And plus, now a casino on top of everything as well.
Wait till everybody starts going across the street and starts betting the Matt Freese shutout, Maxi Morales fucking game day goal, and they go to cash out after the game. Nobody's going to complain about the casino then. Anytime goal scorer, Maxi Morales, shutout, Matt Freese.
It's going to be so much better for this franchise for it to have its stadium. I can't tell you how much a stadium actually makes a difference in a franchise. Like, you know, beginnings and just story. It's a house, dude. It's a home. It was big for this club. I mean, you can literally see our boy Fernando going back to 2010, the Kit Man. Like, he's literally on the verge of tears when they built the thing, because it's like now, like, it just legitimizes you. You see it with the New Jersey Devils too. Even that building that in Newark, it just gave them a place. So we'll see what happens.
That's so important nowadays, bro. You need a place to call home. You need a place to call your home for your fans. Like, come on, man. Enough is enough.
That's, you know, it's so funny because you can build out from it, and that's what we've seen across MLS is that you build literally a little community around your stadium. There's bars, there's people hanging out, there's tailgates, there's shit going on around the stadium, and it feels like more like yours. The fans feel like it's more of theirs, so it's everything. So I think Red Bull New York have done everything, and now we got a official. They're trying to do everything they can. They're trying to rebrand too to Red Bull New York. We heard our buddy. Oh, God bless. Salud.
That means it's true.
That is true. They're trying to do everything. We heard our buddy Zach say New York Red Bulls during the media introduction there, but it's actually Red Bull New York.
It's gonna be fun getting used to, but it's cool, man. It's cool. I mean, it was a matter of time, right? You have Red Bull Salzburg, Red Bull this, Red Bull that. It was a matter of time before it came, Red Bull New York.
Yeah,
I really wish it would have been Red Bull New Jersey. That would have been the best.
It should be Red Bull New Jersey. It really should be. You know my position on that. It's a tough subject, but I think it could be brought up this upcoming year, definitely because of the spotlight that we're gonna get for this 2 months or so. So if we want to kind of almost leave the episode off that, maybe we can tease something like that. We can really dive a little bit deeper into it. New Jersey and the World Cup.
Yeah, you see, look.
Yeah, Marcelo Morales.
Interested in returning to Chile. And listen, there's a couple Red Bull pages that I when they say something, I believe it. RB Experience is one of them. When he posts it, because I know he usually waits. Plus, he's also mixed in with the MLS. So when he posts is when I usually say, oh, shit, yeah, this is really happening. So we'll see.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Michael Bradley is going to favor the RB2 guys. Fuck it. I could totally see that.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he just won a championship. He's going to love Mitchell. He's going to ride Mitchell, Rojas, and Benedetti. Or one of those other guys, too, for sure.
We'll see. I meant to ask you, talking about New Jersey. Are you going to be doing Cosmos, man?
We're going to be trying to be at Cosmos, yeah.
I'm excited for that, man.
Me too. Me too.
We had that little event, 2 weeks ago now?
Yep. We touched on it last week a little bit.
Yeah, it was a big turnout. Shout out to Mark and Veritage. Shout out to TNV coming through. Feels good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. But again, it's a New York Cosmos playing in New Jersey. I wish they were the New Jersey Cosmos.
And see, this is really where the issue lies too. I'm sorry. At my heart, is in it, but to certain degrees. I don't understand why you can't put New Jersey in the name. There is room for it. And like I said, this is a bigger topic because it involves the New Jersey Nets as a case study for having a professional sports team named after New Jersey. So I think that is important to know your history of literally sports in New Jersey. why it works and where it works and possibilities of a rebrand and what that could look like and how it would work. And yeah, I mean it's possible, but I don't want to get too far into it. Um, I just want to tease that a little bit, but
I hear that. I hear
yeah, I
that.
mean the World Cup coming here will give us a spotlight to once again bring up this topic and really give the world and the citizens and residents of this area a chance to have their voices heard. And I think that's the biggest thing. And if they can politically do it, that's really where the things get interesting and real things can happen. And maybe naming rights can be sold to the proper group, and that's what it takes ownership to really think that okay, this is a benefit, this makes sense for a future because you got to think down the line too. But it's also theirs at the end of the day, so they can call it whatever they want to call it.
That's it, bro.
And that's it. But yeah, there's a lot to get to. But now we got, you know what? Things are starting to change. I mean, you're looking like the Devils almost. You got black, no more blue in the logo, black and red.
Black and red, DC United.
Which you know what? Another thing we might talk about is divisions. Did you peep
Yeah.
those potential divisions now coming MLS?
Huh?
So I think there's going to be a Northeast division. So I don't even think Red Bulls will be playing DC as much.
No, they'll be playing. They have to. There's only so many teams. You can't keep playing each other like baseball.
No, I think it was like it's the thing where they're going to set up where you play everybody. So you're only going to play the people twice. I think is in your division or something like that, and you just play another Eastern foe once, possibly.
We'll
So
see.
we play New York. We would play New York City FC twice,
Twice.
but DC ends up being in like the Southern Division.
Okay.
It's I don't know if you saw it, but it's Red
I didn't
Bulls.
see all the layouts, but I did see that they were talking
You
about
can
this.
figure it's all the most Northeast teams. It's Philly, Red Bulls, City,
New England
New England Revolution, and the two Canadian teams, Montreal and Toronto.
and Toronto. And Vancouver's what, in the West?
Vancouver, yeah, Vancouver's in the West.
They might be moving at some point.
I don't know. I think they got something. They got something agreed in the stadium in the city or something. They got something in the works.
Okay.
But their lease is about to end, so we'll see. They might become like a Arizona Coyote situation where they were because of given their fan base, which is pretty rabid. I mean, that's a big city you're talking about, Vancouver, with very minimal pro franchises. I think if they can find a temporary home for a year, they can live off doing shit like that, but not for long. As we saw with the Coyotes, eventually turned into the fucking mammoth or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, the Coyotes turned into them. No, the Kraken.
No, they turned.
Who was the Kraken? Okay. Yeah. Oh, damn, bro. Just got rid of the coach.
I'm in it to win it.
He is?
We have to be optimistic. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and listening to us on this late night on a Tuesday. Happy 2026. Big year.
Yeah.
Big things coming. Got any cool, shirt exchange stories you want to say real quick while I pick?
Dude, we've been kind of a little slow on that front. I do want to give a shout out to, all you guys. You guys put together a sick event a couple weeks ago. We saw a lot of people get shirts. We saw a couple players on the Cosmos leaving with a shirt, leaving with a TNV exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah. We still got it,
bro. Nothing on that front, but on other things, we're doing our thing, right, Steve?
You know it.
Shout out to Wilfred Nancy.
Just fired, but we just launched a new website, Feels Good FC. Same at. Here's Jumpy's favorite player,
I hate that guy.
and he just resigned too, so he's not going nowhere.
Yep,
He
he's not going nowhere.
He gets to defend his title this year, and he'll be in the World Cup. So I think that is pretty big. How about that fact that we do have, one of the most marketed player playing in the World Cup, playing in our league. I think that does have a little bit of a sway, maybe. And that's what I'm saying. We need to get all these fans that are going to become these new fans to be fans of MLS. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And even as much as I hate it, if you're going to root for New York City, it's like, fuck, all right. But, at least you're rooting for MLS.
Dude, I'll tell you something hilarious.
Because it almost weirdly helps build Red Bulls in a way.
that people seem to forget. The MLS had an active player win the World Cup. When he was on Atlanta, he was on the Argentinian national team.
Yeah,
And
wow.
he won. He was the first active player to win a World Cup trophy. Yeah,
And that was just in 2022.
which is wild. But it just goes to show what has changed since Messi's coming here. It's not even the discussion now of guys going from the MLS to go play in the World Cup because Messi's here. And now because he's going to be a guy that does it, it's going to be a thing.
Right? It might be. It just might be.
I just saw on the page somebody was talking smack on, not talking smack, but they were saying that the weakest position on the U.S. men's national team is the goalie. I'm like, dude, that's the strongest, if anything. Matt Freese is the best goalie in the MLS.
It's just because we didn't. I think people are still getting used to the idea of having Matt Freese there. I mean, people probably thought, no offense to Matt Freese, that he was like a USA B team guy, because he kind of was, right? He was playing in the Gold Cup or whatever, and a lot of those guys didn't go to that. Everyone just thinks that we're rolling with Matt Turner or Zach Steffen still. Like, I really think people are still stuck in the past.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, I just figured it was Matt Turner or Zach Steffen or blah blah. But they have to know that it is Matt Freese right now.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not the hot hand. Who that second keeper is my guess. Is Turner still? I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll have to see. It's more things to discuss.
Next
Over
week, baby.
here.
Next week.
Yeah.
We'll talk USA soccer next week.
Yes, sir. USA Soccer, big things coming up. A new kit release coming up.
Yeah.
You see that little peep? I think they're bringing back the striped kit. The weight. It's
Yeah,
gonna
the
be
Waldo.
Yeah, the Waldo kit. Yeah, that's gonna go fucking hard as hell.
I want him to come back with the stars. Come back with the denim. Let's
You
go.
know what? I think the dark navy one, which is gonna be something like this, has like embossed stars within it. So obviously it's not like as in your face, but I guess there's like stars like woven into the jersey, but still. It's Nike. You never know what you're gonna get with them. Everything's about tight fitting and fucking sleek design.
That's that.
So
That's that.
all right, homie.
See,
It was
you're the
good
best, brother.
hanging with you, man. The TNV Exchange 2026 is first episode of the new season, it feels like. Can't wait to get into it. Until next time, everybody. Feels Good FC. Peace out.
Peace.